clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a look.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. That's out to Hill, right side complete. 11 yards there, 1st down. 2 plays, 2 catches. You have a feeling they're going to look for him early and often, and that's to be expected. You got a player of his caliber, why not?
And I think it's also a message from them to the defense that you're not going to dictate to us what we're going to do with one of our better players, because so often you hear about defenses saying we're going to take away what you do best. In this case, they're going to move him around, find proper matchups, and make sure they continue to funnel the ball to him.
Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams, 60 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game. And maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage. And they tried. They just didn't get it done.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. And an alley to run. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, 50 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. Now a hit and a loose football. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. And this is caught. That's Watkins. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Flush to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Coming to you, coming to you. Attack, attack. 55. Delta. 55. Check pass.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He is going to find Hill here. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a 1st down.
We always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he is all the way up past the 25. These two teams all tied after one. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on third down.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Facing a fourth down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field, and he wasn't letting the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. This time Ryan will throw. And he will find Ridley on the left side. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The kick by Tavecchio is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And now here comes Kansas City. Down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. Extra point safely through. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Falcons timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Bruce Carter with a pick. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Freeman again, a first down carry. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 56 yards. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Yellow. Go on, 80. Watch the block. Motion. Block. Shift. Watch the shift.
He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd and a couple, Mahomes.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The Chiefs on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Hill, the intended receiver once again. They'll run on first down. It's Williams. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this dig, has got to be priority 1.
Williams. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Yellow. On 80. 55 to Mike. It's a party now. Come on, baby.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind He hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that will tie things at 17 all. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Bryant will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Got it. That's me.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Tuesday.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley. Down to the afternoon. And the Falcons have broken our tie. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20. And his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flushed out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes, throw left side, taken in by Hill. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Tackle made by Bruce Carter.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Mahomes now to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 52 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And while that's his 2nd rushing touchdown, 3rd total, he did have the receiving TD earlier.
He creates a matchup nightmare all the time, doesn't he? Let him out or get him out of the backfield and throw the ball to him. He can hurt you either way very, very well.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. 96 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. No problem there on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And a good job here by the Falcons, their hands team, able to recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
65.
He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, 43 yards. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification. That's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. Would you say 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, and it'll bring up third down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Mahomes going to go on fourth down. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons are close to finishing off this football game.
Here we go. Here we go. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland.
Let's get this.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Check 26, check 26.
Yellow. Let's get it. Let's go.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Mahomes now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Come on, D.
One final try for Mahomes. Flush to his right. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45. Offensively, stuff that they can look at on film.
And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.